Welcome to the first episode of the O&G Spot. I'm so excited that you joined us. I plan on touching on some sensitive topics that people don't discuss out loud. And yes, the name is intentional, but I'll let you figure it out on your own.
A little closer, let me spill the tea. You look so much better sitting close to me. Like, ooh, ooh.
So you're going to hear a lot about my personal life, my family, my children, and even my husband. Hopefully you take from that, you're going to see more of my personality. Now, they said that I am going to have some emotion in this. So those of you that know me may be laughing because you know I'm not an emotional person. But I'm going to try to bring that to you all about kind of what my life has been like throughout these stories and these episodes. And I hope that you gain a community out of that, somebody that you can ask for questions and somebody that would be there for you, just like I found so many people when I first entered this industry. They were so welcoming. They explained things to me. They introduced me to people. And that's what you're going to find if you ask and you reach out to the people around you. You know, we have plenty of conversation, but it's usually during a conference, during a meeting. But let's be honest, the real conversations happen after hours, usually after everything closes or we've had a drink at the bar. And that's when the truth comes out. And so my hope is to bring you the real side of this industry, which is an amazing industry that I've been fortunate enough to be in for over 15 years. And I've learned a lot from this industry and the people around me, but also a lot from my background. So many of you know I was a biologist by degree, a genetic engineer. And then I eventually went into teaching, which were some of the most learning times of my life. A lot of those high school students taught me a lot. Then eventually I worked my way into the engineering field of oil and gas, then sales, and finally I ended up in the construction industry. And I knew early on that just being smart and friendly wasn't going to be enough. I had to establish myself, gain respect and credibility in this industry. And I'll never forget, I was sitting in Chicago at a dinner meeting with BP, and they were discussing the industry, the ins and outs of the industry. Again, those conversations that aren't said out loud. And I realized that if I was going to build my career in this industry, which I hope to do, I needed to be more. And it was at that time I decided to go back and pursue my MBA in energy. And on the flight home, I did research on programs, and within a week, I was enrolled to start the fall semester. I wasn't done there. After I got done with my MBA in energy, I decided to pursue my international business degree because I really enjoy understanding people. Where are people coming from, and how do our experiences shape our personalities and the way we interact with others and even our careers? So eventually I, again, got my degree, kept moving up, and I realized that, again, so much of my background connected with people. I've been bullied at times. I've been embarrassed at times. Early in my career, I didn't talk about being a biologist because I didn't think I was going to be accepted because it wasn't oil and gas. And I didn't think it would be valued by people. I didn't know people were actually going to find it interesting. But eventually, I realized that I could talk about it in the open. And everyone is so accepting in this industry. I've had some great mentors and some great women to fall in their footsteps. And then also even some great men leaders who have changed my perspective in my life and the way I interact. So along my journey, I have met, again, some mentors, some leaders, some bosses even, and then just colleagues in the industry, other professionals who all have amazing insight and things to share about the industry. A lot of what isn't happening out in the open, as I've mentioned before. And so I want to bring those to the forefront, and I want to say them out loud, acknowledge people for what they've given to me, and I want to give back to all those people and to the industry that has helped me so much. So let's be clear. This is not going to be an angry female podcast. You don't have to worry about that. This isn't going to be women power. This is about all of us because we're all having very similar conversations, and it's time to come together and bring them out into the open. So if you're listening to this, hopefully you take things away from this podcast that are going to help you professionally and personally. So you can probably tell how excited I am about this podcast. I have been thinking about this for over a year. and just writing down little episode tidbits here and there of people, stories I've heard, topics that I've heard discussed quite a bit. And over time, and a chance encounter last year, and here we are over a year later, and I can't wait to bring these episodes to you. You're going to see some amazing guests. I have some coaching professionals, some HR professionals, even some of my good friends in the industry who you all know, all of which have great things to say, and I am so excited to bring them to you. When I first got in this industry, I had a lot to learn. One is that this industry is amazing with wonderful people that will help you if you just ask. And two, that it's about establishing your reputation. It's about establishing and maintaining your credibility. It's about listening to the people around you. And season 1 is about those unspoken rules of this industry that can lead to success and career growth. And we already have seasons 2 and 3 planned with some amazing guests, my friends and colleagues and professionals throughout the country. So you're going to hear from some of the best. So by listening to this podcast, I'm hopeful for a couple things. One is that whether you're just starting out in this industry, you're a seasoned professional, or you're maybe helping somebody get in the industry, that there's takeaways for career growth and development. And then number 2, there's going to be some good laughs along the way, and you're going to see some true personalities, including mine. A lot of times I come across very professional, which I am, but I'm sure you're going to see a lot of my personal side and my sense of humor, the true me. Thanks for joining me on this next adventure. If you know of a hot topic, or you would like to be a guest, or you know somebody that would like to be a guest, please send me a message. Thanks for listening to the O&G Spot. We'll see you next time.